Polymorphism. So polymorphism, because I promised I'd tell you about it, is used to perform a single action, but in different forms. So in Java, we have two types of polymorphism. The first one is static, and the second one is dynamic. So method overloading is an example of static polymorphism. Method overriding is an example of dynamic polymorphism. So in the slide here, you can see dynamic polymorphism. So for example, we have a vehicle superclass, and it has an accelerate method. And we have two subclasses that override the accelerate method of the superclass vehicle. And accelerate works for any type of vehicle, right? Not only a car, but also a motorcycle. The accelerate action is done in a different form in the car and motorcycle classes. So when we create an object of the subclass and then assign it to the superclass reference, if we call the overridden accelerate method on the superclass vehicle reference, then the overridden method of the subclass will be called. So let's say if we want to create two objects, vehicle equals new car. Now that's a statement that works because car is a subclass of vehicle, okay? So here the reference variable, vehicle, declared the type of vehicle is pointing to an object of the car class. So in the same way, vehicle1 equals new motorcycle. That works as a statement because motorcycle is a subclass of vehicle as well. So here the reference variable vehicle1 is declared, type vehicle is pointing to an object of the motorcycle class. And this very useful feature of Java is named polymorphism. So now to bring it home, let's do up some great examples so that we can understand polymorphism in all of its flavors. So we implemented static polymorphism that includes the method overloading in the method section. So we will implement dynamic polymorphism that includes the method overriding in this exercise, okay? So go back to the Object-Oriented Programming project, right-click on the source folder and select New Class. Specify the package name as Polymorphism and the class name as Vehicle. And the vehicle is our superclass. So now let's declare a public void method that's named accelerate in this class. And then we print vehicle is accelerating for the message using the print method. And remember to save the code. Okay, so let's create a new subclass. So just right-click on the same package and then select New Class, and then specify the class name as car. So our subclass car extends the superclass vehicle. And this means that the subclass car inherits the accelerate method from the superclass vehicle, right? So now let's override this method. We can start with the override annotation, but it's not mandatory here. We'll write accelerate as the method again to override. Now in this method, we can print car is accelerating for a message. And we save the code. Okay, so now let's create a new subclass. So right-click on the same package and select New Class. Specify the class name as motorcycle. And our subclass motorcycle extends the superclass vehicle. So now we write the accelerate method to override by adding the override annotation. And then in this method, we print the message motorcycle is accelerating, and then we save the code. Okay, so let's create a main test class that's named test in the same package. In the main method, first, create a vehicle object reference by pointing to the car class. And this code works because car is a subclass of vehicle, right? So the class vehicle is extended by the class car, and its method accelerate is overridden in the class car. So in this definition, the reference variable vehicle is pointing to an object of the car class. So if we call the accelerate method, it will print the car is accelerating message. You don't believe me? Let's run the code. And you can see it right here in the console. Car is accelerating is the message you see here displayed. So second, let's create a vehicle 1 object reference by pointing to the motorcycle class. So in this definition, the reference variable vehicle 1 is pointing to an object of the motorcycle class. So now if we call the accelerate method, it will print the motorcycle is accelerating message. Okay, so let's run the code again. And look at that. You see in the console, the motorcycle is accelerating message. What are the odds?